Hello, hello, wherever you are. So here, Leilani Torres, I'm your artistic swim mentor, and today we're gonna talk about the last figure in section A for youth category, and it's a one that I did this Swordfish straight leg. I did this in my times of synchro. So if you're a coach, you might have gone through this motion before. And then, of course, is joined with today's Ariana Rotation, which I really enjoy too. So I really like this figure. Let's look into it. So from a layout position, the back arches, right? So that one leg is lifted in a 180 arch over the surface of the water to a split position. So you need to show your layout position and your split position, okay? Maintaining the relative position of the legs to the surface of the water, an Ariana rotation is performed. A walkout front is executed. So we already know very well 13-15 category Ariana rotation and the walkout front. So that's something that you should have dominated pretty well. I think the part that will need a bit most of our attention is that first one leg lifted in the 180 arch to the split position, because it's the one that has half of the numerical value here, right? So let's look into the video. So from the layout position, make sure that you show everything in the surface of the water. And I'm not going to talk about the head because I know that's controversial. Although in the rule book, not in the rule book, in the manual for judges, coaches, referees, is well explained what you need to do with your head, right? So either with the head out, you start with the figure, or with the head in, you start the figure, but you cannot move the head once you have started the figure. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. I do believe that with the head in is a little bit it's a little bit easier, just because it helps you maintain the posture all the way through your upper body and the tension. Like it just helps you, right? If you do a lot of the head back, then it kind of you're searching more of an arch. And yes, of course, this is an arch figure, but at the same time, I wouldn't go too much into the arch position or depend only on the arch position, because you need some tightness, a lot of tightness in the body to control the figure. So let's look into Bianca. And so again, where is the weight? Is right on the hip, and it's coming from behind or from the leg area, right? So make sure that your support is right underneath the hip or searching for your legs, almost as if your fingertips are trying to come out of the water. Yes, I do suggest that. Like you want to bring your fingertips out of the water. That's how much of your support needs to go behind your body, right? Oop, I lost it. Okay, here we go. And then from here, this needs to be a bit more controlled, right? Let's watch it again. Let me see if I can. So you see, she's like four paddles, 4 big paddles. I would try to do 3 really short, and then do support skull right, like searching for that. For example, if I'm doing this leg, support skull, searching literally with my fingertips right underneath the thigh of the right leg. Okay, so that's gonna help you search to keep the hip on the surface, okay? Then you do the rotation. Please ignore. Everything that's going behind is like a... You're supposed to show the arch position and then come out, okay? So then in the Ariana rotation, what I have said in the past is to begin with the back leg always. So then, for example, rotate the heel to the split position. And then once you get to the middle position, rotate the back heel so that it engages your hip and it gets you to the next position, okay? Keep your hands always to the surface of the water, like grabbing from the surface so that you stay as high as possible. And then grab water here. She does it really well. Make sure that you show your right hip in this case. Make sure that you support your body behind after this position. Make sure that you keep pressing through and supporting. She has a nice arm behind. Keep the elbow bent so that your skull is closer to your body. And you can press even more. Don't let go at the end. Hold the arch position as much as possible with your hip dry, hopefully. And then the out, right? With the feet dry. So suggestions for the first up. Work on those Supermans on land can really help. The arch positions, yes, they can really help. What can help the most, I believe, is holding those positions, like doing a Superman and holding the position so that you strengthen your lower back. You will need also a lot of tension in the glute and the legs. So I will definitely try to, even if you like on land, even if you're not gonna go over, but just engage the leg, like lay on the floor and just lift that leg as high as possible, or just standing and lift the leg as high as possible, and understand what muscles engage all the way through the back of your body. It should feel like lumbar, glute. The hamstring, you don't feel it too much, but it's supposed to be activated. And have the conscious, like start getting a consciousness of the heel behind your body, like out of the water. You can even scratch with partners the heel so that you can get that sensation of where it is and where it starts from and where it needs to finish, right? Because it's like a continuous move. And what I start seeing is that you use your hands, boom, 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 and then this is kind of, it goes once it's already past like that high point position and over. That's the easy part. But the first part is the one that you want to show really control. So the more that you do with your body, the easier it will be for your hands to show support, high control. So understanding how to separate those efforts is very important. So that's on land. On the wall, you can begin with jugs on your hands and just lifting the leg, holding the leg down, lifting the leg, holding it down, lifting the leg, holding it down. You can do this with weights, right? It's a very controlled exercise, no sudden movements, control, slow, right? Learning how to engage the body, keep it tight, not overarch, so that if you overarch, let me see if I can find an example of overarching here. She's not overarching, but I will just try to show what will happen. If you overarch, your hip and your stomach can go low. And what you really want is to put your shoulders right underneath the hip so that they stay dry, right? There's much more that goes into that. It's biomechanics of the body in the water. So to make sure that you kind of just follow the logic of how are you using your hands to grab water, which I did talk a lot about this in 12 and unders for the Swordfish. And how do you use your body to pass that leg around? And yes, so work with jugs on the wall. You can begin with a noodle on the feet to help you focus only on that lift. And yes, for the Ariana or the out, I'm pretty sure that you have a lot of feedback there. So for now, this is Leilani Torres. I hope you liked today's. This was short because it's a lot of other stuff has been already talked about. But if you need anything more, just let me know, okay? Hope you're well. Take care, and let's stay in touch. Bye-bye.